I will not answer that. This will be on the internet forever.
Let's see, maybe you can't use those answers, so maybe let me give you another answer.
Now, this is a very interesting question.
I'm ready.
Hi, I'm Reverend Katie Scudera.
Arif Mamdani.
Hi, everyone. I'm Reverend Sherry Halliday-Kwan.
My name is Reverend Lee Paxula.
I'm Nathan Ryan. I'm the senior minister at the Unitarian Church of Baton Rouge.
I am Sue Phillips. I am the co-founder of Sacred Design Lab.
I'm the minister at First Parish in Needham, Unitarian Universalist.
I serve the First Universalist Church of Minneapolis.
I serve as the executive minister at Wellsprings Congregation in Chester Springs, Pennsylvania.
I'm the lead minister at First Unitarian in Rochester, New York.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how cool are you?
Who's asking? Probably like a 4.
Often, I think I'm hovering somewhere between 1 and 2. I am a relentless theological analyzer of pop music lyrics. My kids would really appreciate it if I would stop bringing this up, particularly around their friends.
5? Middle? Is that correct?
I've learned as I've gotten older that cool people usually don't think they're cool, and that you basically are cool if you decide you're cool. So I don't know how to rate myself. I'm gonna say 7.5.
Well, I was once told as a young minister, and today's outfit suggests this, that I probably sleep in a blazer because people had never seen me not in a blazer. Low on the cool scale.
2.
Give one piece of evidence to back that up.
The clothes I'm wearing right now?
Feels like I'm 110 today.
No, how cool are you?
No, I just answered that. That is not a possible question where I am cool. I haven't seen a TV show in like 10 years.
What's the most helpful advice that someone has given you for living in this particular moment?
You'll make it through it. I don't know. Most of us will be okay. We've made it this far.
That perfection is part of white supremacy culture, and the perfect is definitely the enemy of the good. And that as a new parent, pastor in a pandemic, it's been good to remind myself not to hold myself to a perfect standard.
Breathe and hydrate.
Breathe, and then keep remembering to do it.
This is actually a piece of advice I got a long time ago when I was leaving for Peace Corps, and it was from a returned Peace Corps volunteer who was talking about, like, look, you're going into a place that, like, you're really excited about, but you don't know what's going to happen. You don't have a lot of footholds. Everything you thought was normal isn't anymore. And so that's really exciting, but it's also really hard. And so it's your job to find a moment of bliss every day. And I was really skeptical because bliss is not a word that I use. But I took his advice, and it has made for a really good 20 years. So I'm still living that way.
Be gentle with yourself and with each other. And default to that, honestly. Remind yourself of that. Even if you think it's not gonna help, it will help.
How old were you when you had the worst haircut ever, and what style was it?
Oh my God, what if I were gonna say now?
Oh, it was most of my childhood.
I started most of my life with a really delightful bowl cut from my mother.
And it was a bowl cut.
8th grade bowl cut. Straight cut, like right around my face.
Like it was the bowl on the head cut around the edges.
I have a picture within reach that I'm not getting.
I came back from a summer where I was working at an orphanage in India, and I hadn't got my hair cut in a while. And I went to just some place in Pittsburgh, and I told the guy, like, oh, can you just cut off a little bit of my hair? And then he got talking to me about how we were both Italian, which is fine. And he cut off like all of my hair.
High school, I thought long hair was like the thing I was supposed to do. I didn't like to get it cut, and I got convinced to go get it cut. And at the very end, she said, and you're gonna find out one day, and she took the comb and she brushed my hair back, that behind all that hair is a beautiful person or a nice young man or something. Is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Unfortunately, my worst haircut is probably yet to come. So as an Asian or multiracial Asian person, white people in particular, but non-Asian hairstylists don't really know how to work with Asian hair. So I have had so many bad haircuts.
There was this one time that I was trying to dye it this bright red. And I was 16 or 17 at the time. And I managed to dye it the exact same shade of red as the hair of the woman I was dating at the time. We were teased mercilessly.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad haircut. Not good.
What don't you want to talk about?
What don't I want to talk about? I'm so talkative. This is a hard one. At the royal family.
I really don't want to talk about the pandemic.
COVID?
I am so over this thing.
Church reopening?
It's not over with us though, so, we'll keep talking about it.
Donald Trump?
I never want to talk about anybody's diet or weight loss. Our world puts way too much emphasis on what people look like and thinks that certain bodies are okay and other bodies aren't, and I want to disrupt that, so I don't ever want to talk about diets and weight loss.
Oh, my self-care during the pandemic. How dare you even ask me to have self-care?
Spirit of life. I don't ever want to hear that song again.
What makes everything better?
I think community. I'm sure that's coming to mind partly because we've been so fragmented. I know we're having online community, but like many people, that doesn't 100% work for me. So that's something that I deeply missed last year. Big chunk of it in June and July, and now we're going right back to isolation. But community makes things better.
Cheese. And gentleness. Gentle cheeses.
So I live seasonally, right? And this is tricky because I think the pandemic is taking away all the ability to look forward to things. But I'm still looking forward to Mardi Gras. I'm still looking forward to Christmas, even though I have no promises are going to happen. I'm working on my costume.
When I get up in the morning early enough to have some quiet time before the rest of the world wakes up, when I can spend time journaling, reading some poetry, and having a little bit of meditation time without the noises of the household around me.
Friends to enjoy it with.
Friends.
Friends make everything better. Because we went through some things that I never imagined we'd ever have to face. And the thing that always made it better, even if it couldn't be fixed, was if I had a friend to talk to about it.